So one thing I want to say is that I've seen a lot of women that I've worked with actually get pigeonholed into the role of like social media girl. And so in a digital agency environment, I've actually seen some women just get put into the social media role. And I think that that's kind of unfair.
What about for people who are like, I don't know, maybe you talked about this too, but I feel like sometimes women are intimidated about just tech in general, right?
That's a great one.
You know, it's just like, oh, I could never build a website. It's
Okay,
so
yeah,
hard.
that's a good one too.
Like, you know, I mean, you talked about plugins a little bit, and you talked about themes, but I still think for people who don't know those terms, and again, maybe it's women who are looking at this and they're just kind of like, you know, to them, building a website, you got to learn HTML, you got to know all this, it takes a long time, or you just need so much expertise to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so even if you talk about kind of like how women can DIY or how they can find affordable resources to help them get started.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
All right. So one thing I want to say is that I've seen a lot of women that I've worked with actually get pigeonholed into the role of like social media girl. And so in a digital agency environment, I've actually seen some women just get put into the social media role. And I think that that's kind of unfair. I think that I would encourage everyone to speak up about what it is they really want to be doing. And so, for example, web design, web development, I encourage all women, really everybody, to be as valuable as you possibly can to get into that tech side of it. And it's really a lot less intimidating than you think. All of these tools, some of which I mentioned earlier, but on the tech side of things, whether it's getting in as a web host, on the hosting side, you have a lot of different free tools or tools that cost just a little bit of money to host WordPress websites like WP Engine, HostGator, Bluehost is a good one, and I mentioned GoDaddy earlier. Then you have themes, and I mentioned a theme called Enfold. All of these tools, you don't even have to really know a lot of the tech side of it, like HTML or CSS code. They give you the ability to use these out of the box and learn. And I'll give a couple great examples over the last couple years. So 2 women in particular, actually 3 women in particular in the last couple years. I'm a horrible teacher, but I've actually been able to teach 3 different women in the last couple years that are extremely talented that I worked with. They were on the content side or the design side. 2 of them had no web development or web design experience whatsoever. And now they are fully building their own websites in this theme that I was talking about earlier, Enfold. And they really don't even know, they just have great creative minds, they're great copywriters. They're able to think through what would the web user want to see out of this. And then just with literally like less than 24 hours worth of me sitting down with them and just giving them access to the tools, not even really teaching them very much, but just giving them access to the tools, which is what we're trying to do here through this kind of content. They're able to go in and become tech savvy and teach themselves, DIY these tools and build websites on their own. And then it just builds confidence. Like back 4 or 5 years ago, it was me. I had never done it before. I taught myself after working with developers. So I know the feeling of the developer telling you, oh no, you can't get into this. You're just a project manager, you know? And they're not trying to cut you down, but really it is kind of a blow to your confidence when you're involved in a tech project, but you don't know the other side of it. So 4 or 5 years ago, I said, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna figure it out. And then that just opened up my earning potential skyrocketed from just teaching myself those skills. And so whether you're a male or a female, I see it happen more with females too, where they're a little bit more intimidated to get in to the tech side. But if they just give themselves access to these tools, they're going to be able to do what I did and what these other 3 women did that are part of my team and be able to understand the tech side, have the chops to talk to anybody, and either earn more in their current job or start their own thing and be able to run a business related to website content or even like an agency type business where they can